Welcome again, Gemini. It's June 2014. I'm Dadhichi from Astrological.com.au and your month in focus, astrologically speaking. So I don't want to bum you out with, a negative connotation as we start, but I just got to thinking that, astrology does realistically reflect what happens to us. None of us is immune to suffering, to disease and death, as the Buddha discovered when he eventually made it outside the walls of the palace, and was completely shocked to find, dead bodies and old people. He'd never been exposed to this. So for someone that is exposed to that, they, for the first time, they don't understand it. Most of us are actually in the same boat. We realise from experience that we really hope to have a beautiful, happy life, completely exempt from any suffering or negativity. But our experience tells us historically that that's not possible. Astrology helps us to see when those really difficult times are coming. But more than that, as with what the Buddha discovered in his experience, was that this suffering that we go through is part of our karma, and we are indeed able, through deep self-awareness, to overcome the limitations that we impose upon ourselves through these cycles of suffering. But he also extended that to include happiness. He said, where there is this pleasure-pain principle, this happiness and this sadness, as long as we are being thrown between the two, to the both extremes, we're not following or experiencing the middle path, or that point which is immune to both the good and the bad, beyond judgment, that space of choiceless awareness. Now, I know that's very long-winded and probably philosophical for you all today, but it does seem to connote some of the theme that I'm talking about here, with the karmic planet Rahu, the North Node, and Mars in your fifth house of the spiritual mind. Not many astrologers are aware. Third house is the superficial mind. The ninth house is the higher mind. It does have a spiritual connotation too, but with these two planets in this fifth sector of your horoscope, there is almost an initiatory process that can take place. The Hindu astrologers call this sector of your horoscope mantra sthana, sthana meaning sector or house, mantra or diksha meaning initiation or spiritual opening into an understanding of your true nature, beyond these dual polarities of positive, negative, yes and no, good and bad, suffering and pleasure. So it sounds like a big topic, but on the practical level, it takes us into the day-to-day experiences that we have, and that is with our loved ones, the reactive processes that take place. And we can see that happening this month, especially those of you that have children, that are working with younger people that frustrate you because they think they know it all. And you react to that from the ego position that you've had more experience. Well, have you? I mean, I know my young daughter, my sons, they have experiences I've never experienced. I have to learn from them. So that takes a considerable amount of non-resistance, a stepping out, so to speak, of the conceptual framework that we create based upon our history, based upon our preconditioning. So this month, I'd say to you, is very much a month to step outside of that. We see with the sun returning into the sign of Gemini, you do have the ability intellectually, not just physically, but intellectually, to reason through a lot of this. It gives you the vitality that you need at this time, notwithstanding difficult aspects in the relationship area around the 13th of June. Hard romance aspects on the 14th of June with Mars and Pluto being in that right angle. But that's also an aspect that you can use to further your insights into this very topic that I'm talking about, transcending the notion that you're limited by the polarity of life, by the ups and downs, even by birth and death itself, as some of the spiritual masters would have you believe. That's a huge leap, a step away from the notion that we are a body and a mind, an organic process, limited to the birth and death, to which all of these material entities are subjected to. So this is a very big month for you. Not all of you are probably going to sort of think, yes, I can do that, Dadhichi. A lot of you are probably sitting there thinking, what's he talking about? And it's okay. I'm going to get back to the real world for those of you in that framework and talk, just as we round off the month, about some interesting financial aspects after the 21st, when the sun moves out of your sun sign into the sign of Cancer, your sun sign of Gemini and Cancer next to each other. So finance is ruled by Cancer, and that is the real focus for you after the 21st of June. Venus moves into the first house, the sun sign, on the 23rd of June. So that's a very key period for you, and you can use a lot of your charm to win over customers, to get your way, not just in business, but in your relationship. And we do see some excitement for you around the 25th. The latter part of the month is going to be full of that electrified energy of Mars and Uranus in the opposition aspect to each other. Bit of danger for some of you, more to do with your mouth, I think, rather than anything else. So do be careful to not promise more than you can deliver, or say more than you should. I look forward to your company next month. Astrology.com.au is the website where you can get more on this particular topic and lots of other topics as well in the esoteric space. And I'll see you there, as well as here again next month. Take care now. Bye-bye.